5, 4, 3, 2.
What's up, y'all? Okay. What's up, America? It's your girl. I am guest hosting for the one and only The Drive at 5 on Roman's show, Roman Morrow. So I'm guest hosting for him today. And I'm so glad to be back in the building. I haven't been here for a while. So family issues, but I am glad to be back in the building. We are live at the #1 internet radio station, intellectualradio.com, which is an iHeart radio station. And today we're going to talk about small businesses, medium-sized business. If you're thinking about starting a business, about branding, how to get paid over and over again and not just once. And I am here again, guest hosting for the one and only Roman Morrow, who is the host of The Drive at 5. My name is Darci'D, and know most of you all know me, but I'm here. Today's show is sponsored by no other than Krispy Kremes, and you know their motto is to make the most awesome donuts on the planet. And I think they've done that. They've added some mini donuts. They've added some additional flavors. And if you have not tried Krispy Kreme, you can go to their website, krispykreme.com. They have hopefully a location near you, 110 South Manhattan Road in Hillside, 17815 South Hartson Street, 9150 Southwestern Avenue in Evergreen Park. And they have Block 37, which is on State Street, 108 North State Street. And so today we're going to talk about being an entrepreneur, as I said, how to brand your business, how to get people to know and get excited about your business. Because if you're not excited, then how can someone else be excited? And then we're also going to talk about statistic. I have to work at saying that word. A look at who we are and the things that we do. So we're just going to jump right in. A statistic shows that there are 65%. And if you want to call in and chime in and have a conversation or a dialogue with me here on The Drive at 5, you can call us here at 708-223-8953. Again, that number is 708-223-8953. If today is your birthday, happy birthday to you. I'm wishing you a ton of happiness, laughter, and love, and most importantly, peace today. So make sure you celebrate your birthday in every way. And if you're celebrating an anniversary or an engagement or a birth, then congratulations to you as well. Congratulations to all the graduates of 2021. You made it through the pandemic, and now you're moving on to your next journey in life. So congratulations to all the graduates, whether it's high school, kindergarten, 8th grade, or college. Congratulations. Now, here's a survey. It says 65% of women prepare at least one meal a day at home, as opposed to 39% of men. Now, do you guys think that is true or false? It's true. So there is 65% of women who will make at least one meal at home. Right. I'm one of those women. So yeah, I would have to say that's accurate. But a lot of men are cooking nowadays. So you may have the percentage may change because a lot of men are cooking these days because a lot of people are working from home and are sheltered in place. And now everybody is coming back out. And I would love to know how you guys feel about that. Illinois is opening back up because of the pandemic. Some places are requiring the mask, some are not. And I'm just curious, are you still wearing your mask out in public to stores and malls, the grocery store? Are you still wearing your mask to restaurants? Or because you got the vaccine, you have chosen to go along and not wear your mask? So I would love to get your opinion. 708-223-8953. The next survey says 64% of us get really irritated if we have to wait more than 40 seconds for an elevator. 40 seconds, that's not a long time to wait. So is that true or is that false? That is false. The next one is 31% of women would rather give up their partners for a week than than coffee. Let me read that again. 31% of women said they would rather give up their partner, their significant other, or their boo thing for a week than coffee. Really? So the survey says that's true. I don't know about that one. The next one, it says 30% of us admit to owning a black light in the 80s, according to this survey. Now, a lot of the young generation or the new millennials might not even know what a black light is. That's one of those shiny lights that has the different colors and it's like disco type style. I know I've had a couple of those. So I'm not sure if that's true, but they said that is false. So I have to agree with that. And then the last one, you guys, which I think is kind of funny, it says 8% of babies born last year or the year before have their own email address. Now, that's kind of scary, but they said that that is false. So thank God for that. So I do have a trivia question for a $25 gift card. The average, this is a feed your brain trivia question. The average Los Angeles resident spends 90 hours per year doing this. The average Los Angeles resident spends 90 hours per year doing, is it A, trying to decide if they are fake or real? B, waiting in rush hour traffic? C, applying sunscreen? Or D, getting a tattoo? Again, the question, the average Los Angeles resident spends 90 hours per year doing what? Trying to decide if something is real or fake. That's A. B, waiting in rush hour traffic. C, applying sunscreen. Or D, getting tattoos. If you have the answer, you can give us a call back in 30 minutes at 708-223-8953. You could win a gift card. My deep thought for today is be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. So now we're going to jump right into our topic, which is branding on a budget. How do you brand your product service on a budget? First of all, branding is something that you would do for your product, service, or brand. You want it to stand out. You want it to have a buzz. You want people to be talking about it. You want companies, a lot of companies create it, like Krispy Kreme has a brand. Starbucks has a brand. A Nike brand stands out. So let's define what exactly branding is before we can do a budget, because everybody knows what a budget is. So branding has three components. The first one is the corporate identity or just your identity. And then you have to have a brand image. And when you put them both together, then you have a brand. So branding your business or even yourself, if you're a sole proprietor, can be a small investment or a large investment, right? Some of us, when you first start out as a business, you really can't afford a lot of money on branding. But that doesn't mean you should not go through the process. So the first thing you need is a buyer persona. So you want to make sure that your logo matches your mission statement or your tagline, whatever that may be. If you want your customers to get to know you better and not just as a friend, but as a business partner or as a customer or client, then you want to make sure. Now, first of all, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you're a superwoman or a superman. In the millennium, women are able to juggle. They call it multitasking. So they're able to juggle their business, a blog, maybe 5 employees, and then go home and cook, help the children with the homework, do the laundry, and iron, right? Do you think me just giving you a list of those things as defined as a superwoman or a superman, that anything that one or two of those things may fall through the cracks or not get the attention that it needs or deserves? Right now, we have social media. If your brand or your identity is not on social media, then you're probably invisible. A lot of people don't like change, but social media is like the in thing now, whether you're on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest. See what else is it? They have Flickr, Tumblr, YouTube. You have all of these social media sites, and that's just to name a few. There are a ton more, right? So let's say you have a business that is making less than $100,000 a year, but you also need a website, you need a graphic designer that can help you create the other things that you need to get your business booming, get people talking about it, and to create a buzz. Now, you want to have a budget, but you want to have a budget that's reasonable, economic, or frugal, as I would call it, because don't want to spend a whole lot of money when you're just starting out. So, social media, if you have internet, a tablet, a phone, a laptop, you can do some serious branding for your product, service, or brand. And you say, well, how do you do that, Darcy? Well, you want to create a schedule for social media. Allegedly, certain social media, there are certain times of the day that you want to market your product, your service, or your brand. For Facebook, for Twitter, for LinkedIn, there are certain times of the day that there are more people out surfing social media sites. So you have to do your homework or hire someone, a social media strategist to do it for you. But at any rate, you have to make sure that you are posting your product, service, or brand at certain times of the day, because people surf the internet at different times. You may have a buzz in the morning, mid-afternoon, right before lunch, after the kids have did their homework. So maybe early evening, not necessarily late evening, but you have to figure that out. You have to also figure out if you're going to market or promote your product, service, or brand in the morning, in the afternoon, or the evening, or the wee hours of the night. If you're going to be on social media Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or 7 days a week. It all depends on what works for you. Keep in mind that just because you have all the social media sites, you have to find out which social media sites complements your brand or your service. You can also create a bulletin board or a vision board, and that would help you track what you're doing, what's working, what's really maybe not working so well, and then you could try something else, right? The next thing that you want to think about doing is, we talked about the website. You want to make sure your logo stands out, that you have a nice detailed logo, nice colors to match your brand, right? That's a must. You have to have a business logo. Now, it can get kind of costly if you have multiple colors. They usually say start off with one or two colors, but when you get into three or four or more colors, it costs more to have that printed or duplicated. So you want to make sure that the logo is visible, is clear, and it reflects your business. Because if someone has to look at your logo and try to figure out what you do, that's a no-no, because they shouldn't have to figure it out. Because a lot of people, if they got to figure it out, they're just not going to entertain it. So you want to make sure that it's on your business cards, if you have any signage, on your letterhead. Some people, like my t-shirts have D flat Tommy Water on it. So you might want to put it on your t-shirts. When you're marketing, if you're paying someone to advertise, like on iHeartRadio, Intellectual Radio. So you have to make sure you have, crossed all your T's and dotted all of your I's. Now, when you're doing a logo, we really don't want to be on the cheap side unless it's economical. Then you might want to do that way. Then you also might want a tagline. We've learned a lot of information from Super Producer where he was saying all of our shows should have a tagline. We should do a recap at the end of our show, and we shouldn't use the word or hum. So I have to watch that. I think I probably did it like twice, maybe 3 times. So when you're designing your website or your tagline, make sure it's something that reflects your business, your product, your service, or your brand. Websites can be kind of costly. They have a lot of do-it-yourself websites. I use Wix. There are several out there that are free that you have to do the work. They may have a tutorial, learn tutorial, and you can use that. But you have to figure out, like, if it's advantageous to you to use Wix or pay someone to design your website. Now, please keep in mind that if you pay someone to do your website, you do have to have someone to maintain it. You have to, if you want to make any changes to it, you have to know how to access it in the back office. So a lot of those things, those are questions. So you might want to Google when you're asking someone to design a website, what's included in the package, and do you have access and rights to the website if you decide to go with someone else at the end of that year or at the end of that 6 months. So all of this information right now, people since the pandemic have made a lot of money by doing a lot of stuff themselves. We can't do everything ourselves. So we have to learn how to delegate and pay someone and make sure that their experience matches what they're promoting with their prices. I just said, so I wasn't supposed to say that, y'all. I just told y'all, yeah, but I'm imperfect. So I'm learning. I'm a work in progress. Right. And then you want to upstate. Hi, Claire Hubbard. She has a radio show as well. Hi, Claire. She does one about seniors getting better with age. I love that. I love that. I love that. So you also want to update your social media. Your social media is important. You want to make sure you have a current picture, not a picture from high school or grammar school. Let people see as you're maturing what you look like. So when they see you, they be saying, oh, they don't look like the same person. So make sure that that's updated. Your name, if you get married, if you're using your hyphenated name, what you have going on, if you have any promos or you got any upcoming, you dropping some new products or services, you want to have all of that on your social media site, right? So we want to make sure we have to be prepared so that when all the large volumes of orders and revenue come in, that we are on target to do that. You can also use Canva, which I've just started using. It's really a nice user-friendly site. Pinterest is really good if you have a lot of pictures for what your product or service or brand is, or you can hire someone to do it. Make use, people, if you're an entrepreneur, you're thinking about going into entrepreneur, you're thinking about transitioning from corporate or having a 9-to-5 into entrepreneurship. The hustle is real, but it is worth it. It's very rewarding when you're working for yourself and generating revenue for yourself. Because remember, you can give yourself a raise at any time. But collaborating also is important. Collaboration to me, I think, is key in any business or service that you provide. You may want to let people in your community, let's say you stay in Maywood or Bellwood. You should make sure that all of those businesses in Maywood and Bellwood know who you are, what your product, service, or brand is, when you're going to open, if you have any promos going on, if you have any referrals going on, your website information. You can go and get you a folder from the dollar store, from Walmart, from Target, especially when they have the back to school sale. I usually go, they used to be like almost 10 cents, and I would get like 100 or 200. And then the next week they had stuff on sale. I may get pens. I may order business cards from Vista or whoever has the business card on sale. Utilize the front. If you don't need the back, then partner with another business to put their information on the back. And now your business cards are paid for. We got to learn to be frugal and be smarter and not work harder when it comes to business. You also, when you're collaborating with people in the community, they may sponsor you. They may let you use their facility for an event or a networking event. But if they don't know, you got a lot of businesses that are in the community that you reside in, they don't even know that you have a business. If there's a grocery store in your area, if there's a car wash in your area, maybe y'all can partner with some free car washes. We have to get out and network, people. Networking guarantees your net worth. So if you're not networking, then your bottom line is going to remain the same. So we have to get uncomfortable, step out of our comfort zone, and get out and mingle and let people know who we are, what we do, and how we can work together. Because when you do that, then you're reaching the masses. But if people don't know who you are and you live in a community, how can they help or support? So we have to do better with letting people know who we are. And we cannot be afraid to market and let people know who we are. Because if you're afraid to talk about your product, service, or brand, that's a problem. Then how can I talk about it if you don't talk about it? So you have to talk about it, be about it. And just say you're a work in progress, right? You can host webinars, which is something I really want to do. I haven't done it yet, but it's on my to-do list. You want to host webinars, introduce yourself, introduce your product, service, or brand. They have a link on Facebook where you can create your own room, give it a title, and invite people in. And it doesn't have to be an hour. It could be 15, 20 minutes. Tell them who you are, what you do, and you're looking for partnerships, or you're looking to market, or partner with each other. Maybe we can swap out information or swap out something. So you want to do that, right? You can also upload for free a YouTube video, a YouTube tutorial, letting people know who you are. Hey, my name is Darci'D. I'm the owner and inventor of D Flat Tommy Water. We got some promos coming up, and this is who I partner with. I got some testimonies. I'm gonna bring some people that are using the product, bring them on and talk about it. And if they have a business, we're gonna share that business. And it just goes on and on. It's a win-win for you and the person that you're working with. So we have to work at doing that, at being better at doing that. You can also send out a newsletter, which I used to do years ago. And I think Claire Hubbard has a newsletter, a monthly newsletter for seniors and about health. You can send out a monthly newsletter. You can send it out for free, maybe 3 months, 6 months, get subscribers. And then maybe down the line, charge $5 for the newsletter. And then let businesses who are subscribed to your newsletter, let them market or advertise in that newsletter. So there are so many ways that we can market, and we're sending our information, and it could be generating revenue or dollars for us. So to summarize how to build your brand on a shoestring budget, we have to create the brand. We have to create a buzz and make it irresistible to everyone that we know, including our community that we reside in or where our business is. We need to first get in the mind of our potential customers or existing customers, letting them know who we are, our hours of operation, what we sell, and can they refer a customer to them. Tell them what a good customer referral would be for you. Knowing that your customer will set you and your business up for success. Then we can implement all of this, right? Like a to-do list. And then we start applying everything that could help boost our product, service, or brand and take it to the next level. We have to always remember that our brand doesn't just stop there, right? There are so many ways we can interact, speak to our audience, talk about our product, service, or brand, what we're going to do in the future. If we're doing something different every month, just let the people know. People will come if we provide the information and the know-how. It reminds me of a quote. People will hate you, they will rate you, they will shake you, and then they will break you. But how strong you stand is what makes you in your business. It sets us apart from others. So I love that. So we're going to take a pause. We're going to come right back and talk about how to get paid over and over again from the work that you do just once. Please share the broadcast. You're tuned in to the Drive at 5, and I'm guest hosting for Roman Morrow on intellectualradio.com, where we're guaranteed to feed your brain. Back in a moment. Hey,
You think you live?
yeah.
You live? Let us see.
Are you serious?
You live with?
Yeah, it's on my page. Okay.
That's crazy. Normally it's in my feet.
Really?
It wasn't.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, yeah, you're seeing me back in the building at a different time. I'm guest hosting for Roman Morrow on the Drive at 5, and I'm honored to be here, having been here for a while, and I'm so excited to be back in the building at intellectualradio.com. So stay tuned. I'm going to be coming back at a new time, but the same hot topics about multiple streams of income. So we're going to talk about that. But right now, if you're just joining us, please set a broadcast. We just got to talking about branding and how to brand your product, service, or brand, and how to do it right in the community that you reside in. What better place to start than in your community? So now we want to talk about once we start branding on social media and partnering with other individuals and getting our logo and all the information that we need together and delegate. Now we have to talk about potential customers and clients and how to get paid from that individual, not just once, but over and over again for the work that you already have done. That is what we all should be striving for, right? So there are so many ways out here right now that we can create passive income, streams of income, get your hustle on, whatever you want to call it, working from home, right? So when I say passive, I don't mean just one time. I want all of us to keep getting paid over and over and over again. Now, some people may say, now, Darcy, are you dreaming over there? Are you daydreaming? No, it could be done if you set it up correctly. You have to make it work and then it will work, right? So here's a couple of things you can do to get paid, not just once, but over and over again for the things that you do. The first one is blogging. I've always wanted to do it. I haven't did it yet. Blogging is absolutely amazing. I know people who have blogged and started out with 20 or 30 people that subscribe to their blog, and now they're making 50 to 100,000 a year blogging. But they set it up right. It didn't happen overnight, and they took the time to help it to grow. So that's what we all want to do. Blogging is something that people love to talk about. It's something that they pick a subject or a title, they get all this information from, and they post it, whether it's every day, twice a week, or 3 times a week, right? It helps the individual who is the creator or the blogger or the vlogger. They have two different ones. You can be a blogger or a vlogger, that's with a V, to help them monetize. They can monetize through ads, through affiliates, through sponsors, and you really have to know your niche. So whatever topic you hit, whether some people do it shopping, some people do how you dress, some people do braids, some people do makeup tutorials. You have to find what works for you and then make it work, right? You may have to go up back and forth getting additional information. You do have to do your research. It's not something you just want to jump right into, and it grows over time. So with blogging or vlogging, right, you have to pick a certain topic. Once you get that topic, you want to be an expert in that topic. You want to create buzz, we talked about earlier. Let people know when you're going to be blogging, whether it's going to be every Monday at 7, every Wednesday at 12:09, every Thursday at 9 p.m. sharp. You whatever time works for you, then you want to be consistent with that, and that's what I'm working on. The information has to be enticing that make them start reading and can't stop. I have 2 bloggers that I follow, and I promise you, I could be half asleep and I got to see what they had to say that day. So you want to make it and create an urgency when you're blogging or vlogging. The next one is, which I got 2 that's coming out. It's coming out. I'm almost done. Yay. I don't have my cowbell today. So that is ebooks. And I want to give a shout out to Latoya Underwood, who is a serial marketer. And the other young lady, I can't pronounce her last name. So I have been subscribing to their information. I picked up information from them about marketing. And I have so much to say and things I went through that when I started out, don't want people to make the same mistakes I did. So they can just go right into generating revenue. And I've created a journal because I write about everything that I do. And I want to turn some of the entrepreneurial or going from corporate America or from working a 9 to 5 into entrepreneurship. So I have created 2 ebooks, and they will be coming out soon. You can always go back and look at them. You'll have access to them forever. They're not expensive. And guess what? You can sell them over and over and over and over indefinitely again, right? So if there's something that you're really good at or you're passionate about, turn your passion into an ebook. Turn it into an ebook. That's residual income. I always talk about 7 streams of income. You can take your time, you can make it as a journal, whatever works for you. But I'm so excited to release my first one. It's a 2-part, so it's one of 2. So that's why I said 2. But I couldn't put all of it in one because I didn't want to overwhelm anyone. But I'm excited about that. You can also do a stock photography. So if you're into photography, I know several people, I'm not good at taking pictures, so I'm not one of them. I stay in my lane. They have to hold the phone right, the camera right, all of that. People will pay you to take pictures, right? Stock photos. You can submit your photos, you can sell the license to them over and over again. Think about it. When you sign up for YouTube, when you sign up for Instagram, when you sign up for an email address, they say they want you to sign that little small print and you have to check your box off. Guess what? If you don't, you can't get an email address. You can't download some of these apps. They are going to take your information and sell it. Have you ever been on a site that you're not subscribed to? You just want to get a quote. Let's say you go on overstock.com. They sell everything. So you go on there and you don't want to register. You don't have to register. But to go into that site, you have to give them access. Once you give them access, and let's say you never go back into Overstock again, when Overstock has a sale, it's going to come up in your feed, come up on your phone, and you say, I didn't subscribe to this, but they are tracking what you do. They want your name, your phone number, and an email address. And if you don't give them that, you're not getting access. So this is what I mean. There are so many ways to generate revenue. So when people come to me and say, well, I can't find a job and I can't do this and this happened because I was raised. No, I don't want to hear that. Please, can we talk? Can we talk? That's an excuse. I don't do excuses. Don't do excuses, right? So you can do that, submit them, get paid for them over and over again. The other thing that I want to create, haven't done it yet, is my grant writing workshop. It's a 4-hour workshop, and I give you all the tools you need to be successful at writing your first grant. And then you submit it to me after your class. You have a homework. And then if I will tweak it, if it's presentable, I will submit it for your first funding. Well, guess what? Just like the ebook, you can create an e-course. I've did it before. You can do it again. An e-course, depending on how depth of your e-course is, you can sell it for hundreds of dollars. And people all over the world, if you market it right with social media, what we talked about earlier, or through your website, you can have residual income. So that's something you do once and you get paid over and over again. Oh my God. How cool is that? Right? So the website, or not the website, the app that I use to create an e-course is called Udemy. U as an umbrella, D as in Darcy, E as in Earl, M as in Mary, and Y as in Yo-Yo. Go there. They have a whole platform to show you how to build your own course and also sell it. And guess what? For a small fee, they will take your e-course and put it on their site, which they have millions subscribed to. And then people that you don't even know will subscribe and take your course, right? That's like a 2-in-1. You get the marketing and you get to post it. I mean, you can't go wrong, people. We can't go wrong, right? So just like ebooks, you can promote your e-course to many people and sell it for something you do one time over and over again for passive residual income, right? The other thing that you could do is get referrals on extra cash sites or create your referral base yourself. So let's say someone purchase a case of water and they refer someone to me. So then they'll get $10 off their next case if they purchase a 30 pack. You have to find ways to create a buzz. People will refer people to you if they're getting something in return. And so you could do that. They also have apps that do that. It's not just with D Flat Tommy Water, but there are apps. There is Paid Viewpoint. There's Slice the Pie, there's Cash Crate, and I'm sure there are a ton of other ones, but those are the ones that I know with referrals. Then you can generate revenue from those sites. You can sell stock music. You can make a CD. You can make a CD of people's favorite music, whether it's R&B, whether it's rap, whatever. You have to find a way to generate revenue. Now, there's another thing you can do. I don't know what the cost and price of it is, but you can create your own app, right? People are always looking for apps for so many different things. Wouldn't it be cool if you created your own app? And then you can create a buzz like that. You can say, I got a sale, and then just hit a button, it'll go out to all these people, all these cell phones, all these email addresses, people in your community. So it's time for us to step out of our comfort zone and do things on purpose, with a purpose, or for a purpose. You can also create crafty and amazing websites. I gave you Wix. I've created several on Wix, but there's so many websites out here where you can create your own website, and they have tutorials. Now, the other thing you can do, last but not least, is you can design and sell physical products. Like I sell D Flat Tommy Water. There are sites like Cafe Press, Zazzle, STCETSY. I can never say that right. You also have Amazon. There are so many places where you can take your product, service, or brand, register, e-commerce, and you can sell your product, service, or brand on these sites. And they also have ways where you can market on the site. We just have to read, be diligent, and do our homework. Now, you can also rent out stuff that you already own that you're really not using. You can do that, have a sign-in sheet, ask for a deposit. They rent it for 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 hours, snowblower, lawnmower, whatever you have that you want to rent out that you're not using. It could generate revenue, right? Now, I've given you a list. Now, the other thing you can do too is create a membership. So let's say you have a product and you want to move that product and you want to move it every month and you want to have promos. You can create a membership. So now you're creating a database. You create a membership and you take that membership, and it may be $2, $2.99, and they'll get all these different things that come from you. Now you can do that. That's actually profitable, but it's also promoting your product, service, or brand on a regular basis. There are companies that do that. You have Flex Jobs. They charge a $15 a month membership, and then you get so many different things for that. So there are some places that charge $5, some that charge $7. You just have to figure out what works for you and works with your budget. Now, I've given you several things that you can do to generate revenue that you can only do once, and it'll generate repeat revenue. So now you have to ask yourself, what can I do starting today to generate revenue in the third quarter, right? Because after the third quarter comes the final quarter, and then we're in a new year. So the first thing I say to individuals is, when I have a strategy session, how bad do you want to generate revenue? How bad do you want to change your monthly income? Well, do me a favor, go into your bank account and look at where you were this time last year. Now, if you were in the negative last year and you still in a negative, you should be doing this with an urgency. If you were in, maybe you had $100 or $500 and you got that now, you still should be in, I got to do it like my life depends on it. But whatever avenue you take, it has to come from your mind, body, and soul. And it has to be something that you want. You have to make your passion your paycheck. So you may be afraid, and that's okay, but everyone is. They may tell you that they're not afraid, but everyone is afraid. Everyone is afraid of change. We are afraid of success, and we are all afraid of failure. But it's not okay to let the fear control who you are, where you are and where you want to be, right? Don't let fear control your life. You have to strive for happiness, for contentment, and for financial freedom. And with that being said, that requires a lot. Think about when you woke up this morning, you had to decide if you was going to have bacon, turkey, or sausage, or nothing. A salad, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You had to make that decision. You had to make a decision, I'm going to take a bath or I'm going to take a shower, right? Men had to decide if they're going to wear jeans, a jogging suit, or slacks, a tie, or a bow tie. Women had to decide if they're going to wear their hair this way, in a ponytail, pin it up, put a turban on, if they're going to wear makeup, no makeup, lip gloss, no lip gloss, do make up their face or not, what color they're going to wear, if they're going to wear jewelry, no jewelry, are they going to wear a skirt or slacks? You make all of these decisions when you first wake up. And then you start your day. Am I going to make my bed before I leave home? I'm going to leave like it is because I'm getting back in the bed. Am I going to cook dinner or I'm going to pick up something on the way home? What am I going to have for dinner? Am I coming home the same route that I left? Or I'm coming home a different way? Whatever that is, decisions that we make, we have to live with those decisions. So with that being said, think about everything I just said, because we all have to make decisions. But the decisions we make, we have to be able to live with them. But if they don't work, then we have to do something different, right? That's why this station is called intellectualradio.com, where we feed your brain. We're live 24/7, but it's up to us to find out what show we want to tune in and what we're looking for and what benefits us, right? So when it's all said and done, this is your life, this is my life. We have to live it to the fullest, to the best of our ability, and take advantage of everything that's in front of us. If you snooze, you lose. If you make the wrong decision, you got to live with it. And then maybe next time that decision is put in front of you, you can do something different. I want to thank Roman from the Drive at 5 for allowing me to host his show today. I want us all to keep him in his prayers until he returns. Thanks, super producer at Intellectual Radio. And I will be back, but it'll be at a different time. So stay tuned for that announcement. And I want everyone to be safe, watch your surroundings, be careful. If you decide to take the vaccine, that is a personal decision. Don't let anyone force you or make you feel bad if you don't. And you don't have to share it unless you just absolutely want to. And I want people to know today that you are one decision away from changing your life. You're tuned in to Roman on the Drive at 5. And until next time, build your own dreams, or someone else will hire them to build yours, and that will be me. Thanks for tuning in, and please share the broadcast. Have $1 million day. Bye-bye.